Welcome back to Ronnie's Remarkable Reviews, where I review stuff. I didn't listen to or watch much new stuff this past week, so this might be a shorter or sweeter review, but I did get around to listening to Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter, the Teenage Witch, and it was pretty good. Not the most groundbreaking pop album, but there are some standout quirks that make this project unique for better or for worse. The main factor that I see drawing people towards or away from this album are the lyrics. The lyrics are kind of overly quirky. Like, not every lyric needs to be a cheeky pun or moment. Some examples are, "You do something sus, kiss my cute ass goodbye. Move it up, down, left, right, switch it up like Nintendo. What a surprise, your phone just died, your car drove itself from LA to her thighs. All his jokes hit different. Where art thou, why not uponeth me?" Stuff like that, and even when she just swears, those moments kind of toe the line between being silly and sounding insincere or even forced, or just kind of pandering to a TikTok audience. It's kind of hit or miss with the lyrics for me. But one lyrical theme that is in almost every song is that Sabrina Carpenter is, well, I'll let her explain. And when she goes all in on being this down bad, as one might say, on a song like Bad Chem, I can't help but think it's pretty respectable and makes for some greatness, being this intensely and shamelessly thirsty. I would share a lot of these lyrics, but I don't want to. Anyways, another highlight song is Slim Pickens. It's a full-on country song, and that's something that I like about this album, just that little bit of sonic variety. It's about dating, and if you haven't noticed, the whole album is basically about dating, and this one is about how bad, supposedly, the dating scene or dating market is, with funny moments like her expressing how God forgot to give her a gay awakening. It honestly reminds me of the cheeky country songs off something like a James and the Shame record, which is Rhett from Rhett and Link's musical endeavor. The two songs I haven't mentioned, the two biggest songs in the album, are Espresso and Please Please Please. And I do think Espresso is a very catchy song, and the use of that royalty-free loop is pretty well done. The chorus is pretty good. Is it that sweet? I guess so. Say you can't sleep, baby, I know that's that me espresso. Very simple but fun chorus. It's not the best catchy pop song I've ever heard. But Please 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 is legitimately a great song. It's so much more sonically rich and well put together and just polished in general than the rest of the album. It kind of makes all the other songs feel a little bit underwhelming comparatively. The singing and melodies and layers are just amazing to listen to. It's definitely my favorite song on the album. There's plenty of fairly forgettable tracks on this album, or just compared to the songs that I mentioned so far, so I might as well go into the rest. Taste is a nice opener and has some pretty clever lyrics in my opinion. You'll just have to taste me when he's kissing you is a pretty killer line. Good Graces is a bit of a low point in the album in my opinion. Not only are the hooks or sounds kind of uninteresting, but the lyrics are not that great. Sharpest Tool is a break in the album to go at a slower pace. The slight guitar riffs aren't the most stimulating, but the drum break and harp after she says, "We don't talk about it," is a nice moment. Coincidence is about cheating and mistrust and stuff, and the sound is a little weird. Some of the melodies are kind of musical theater-y to me, but then with the folky ooh-na-nas and twangy guitar, it makes for an interesting mix, but not something that I'm really that into. Dumb and Poetic is another slower song after Espresso. It's what it sounds like, about guys who pretend to be all intellectual and deep, and the ways she sings her heart out about it make for another pretty great song, even with the fairly simple guitar instrumental. Juno is a very poppy, upbeat, fluttery song, and it's not very memorable, especially with the ideas that were better played out in Bedchem. Lie to Girls is about, well, I think you know what it's about. It's a good song for this late in the album after we've become very familiar with all these lying men. It's a good thesis statement. Finally, Don't Smile has a really nice beat. Anyway, overall as a whole record, I think the simple running theme of, cute boys and dating and All that combined with the simple pop sound with some variety and some cheeky lyrics make for some pretty good songs, some stinkers, some greatness, some cringe, and lots of thirst. My favorite songs were Please Please Please, Slim Pickens, and Bedcam, and I would give Short and Sweet a 6 out of 10. Now, this album is also up for some Grammys, and I'm happy for Sabrina for that. It seems like she's had lots of fun and put on plenty of little stunts and moments at her concert for her fans, and it seems like she's a really talented performer. I will say, though, to be honest, I don't think this album should win any Grammys. Not Like Us or Birds of a Feather have her beat for Record of the Year. Not Like Us really defined a moment in culture and had such an impact. While I think Meet the Grams was the best song out of that series of diss tracks, only weirdos like me would agree on that take. Brat is easy tops for Album of the Year. Like I explained in my full Brat review, it's just a great dance pop album and is one of my favorite albums of the year. Song of the Year, again, Kendrick and Billie top this category. The euphoric moments of bliss on that Billie album were really something special and made for what to me is her best album yet. I think Doechii or Chappell Roan pull ahead for new artist. I've been lightly following Doechii since she dropped a single for the trailer of Wendell and Wild, one of my favorite animated movies, and I think she's consistently dropped heat. And Chappell has had some great moments as well throughout the year. Billie again beats her for pop performance, and Hit Me Hard and Soft is my pick for pop album. So while this was certainly a good album, it certainly doesn't deserve a Grammy in my opinion. But anyway, that was my short and sweet review of, you know the album name. Next week you could look forward to a Smiley review, hint hint. And for now, I'll see you next time on Ronnie's Rational Review.